In a dystopian future, a strange new drug spreads through the streets in New Orleans. It is called power. A shadowy distributor hands it out for free to small-time dealers and gang members. One of them is a young dealer named Newt. The rule is simple. Swallow the pill, and for 5 minutes you get a superpower. But there is a catch. No one knows what power they will get until it happens. Some people turn bulletproof. Bullets hit their skin and fall to the ground. Others burst into flames, lighting up alleys and setting cars on fire. Some grow giant and strong. Some become invisible. And some collapse on the spot and die. The pill does not care who you are. It chooses at random. Because of this, the city feels like a ticking bomb. Every deal, every fight, every siren in the distance carries the risk of chaos. No one knows who might suddenly become unstoppable or who might not survive at all. The streets turn into a wild experiment. Crime rises fast. Gangs fight for control of the supply. Police struggle to respond because every suspect could suddenly turn into something dangerous. Trust disappears. Fear grows. Power spreads from hand to hand. And the city begins to feel unstable, like it is balancing on the edge of disaster. In the middle of this storm is Art, a former soldier. He is calm, focused, and dangerous. Unlike most users, Art knows what happens when he takes the pill. His body heats up from the inside. His skin glows. The air around him shimmers. He can release intense heat, hot enough to melt metal and burn through walls. He uses it with control, like a weapon he has trained with for years. Art is not chasing thrills. He is hunting the source of the pill. He moves through the criminal world with cold purpose. He corners dealers in dark rooms, presses them for answers, and leaves them terrified. He climbs the ladder step by step, breaking through anyone who stands in his way. He wants to find who is behind power and stop them before the whole city burns. Newt's teenage cousin, Robin, moves through the same streets, but lives a very different life. She's still in high school. By day, she sits in class, takes notes, and answers questions with sharp, sarcastic comments that make her classmates laugh. By night, she sells power. She tells herself she does it to support her mother and keep the lights on at home. She is smart enough to know the drug is dangerous. She has seen what it can do. But bills do not wait, and hunger does not care about morals. Every time she hands over a pill, she feels the weight of that choice. Robin has an unusual friendship with NOPD officer Frank Shaver.
Man, you crazy.
You okay?
I had it.
He is older, rough around the edges, but he treats her with a strange mix of kindness and denial. He knows she moves in dangerous circles, yet he looks the other way. He is also one of her regular buyers. When Frank takes power, his body becomes bulletproof. Bullets slam into him and drop harmlessly to the ground. The ability makes him fearless on the job, almost reckless. Robin sees the risk in his eyes even if he pretends he has everything under control. Meanwhile, Art keeps hunting for the mysterious distributor known as Biggie. He tracks down dealers one by one, following whispers and rumors through abandoned houses and neon-lit clubs. His search leads him to Newt, but before Art can get real answers, Newt makes a fatal mistake. He takes too many pills at once, chasing a stronger high, and his body cannot handle it. He overdoses, his power flaring out of control before it burns him from the inside. Art watches another lead disappear and grows more determined. Across town, a masked thief storms into a bank and swallows a power pill in front of everyone. His body hardens, and bullets bounce off his skin as he laughs. Panic fills the room. Frank arrives at the scene. Without hesitation, he takes his own pill. His body turns bulletproof, and he walks straight through gunfire to stop the thief. The robbery ends, but the victory feels hollow. Body cameras record everything. Internal Affairs cannot ignore that a police officer used an illegal drug on duty. Frank is suspended, his badge is taken, his captain calls him into the office and shuts the door. The captain's face is tight with frustration. He tells Frank that people higher up, government officials, are pressuring the department to shut down any deep investigation into power. The message is clear. "Stop digging." Then, the captain slides a photo across the desk. It shows a serious man with hard eyes and a soldier's posture. The name attached to the picture is Art. They believe he is connected to the source of the drug. Frank studies the photo in silence.
Put your gun and a badge on the table.
A new target stands in front of him, and the city outside continues to spin out of control. 1 5-minute superpower at a time. Art moves fast once he gets Newt's phone. He scrolls through the contacts, finds Robin's messages, and tracks her down before she knows what is happening. He grabs her and forces her into his car. His voice is calm but firm. He tells her to take him to the cartel's safe house. She argues at first, but she sees in his eyes that he will not back down. They arrive at the safe house, a guarded building hidden behind steel doors and armed men. Art storms in with controlled fury. Gunfire explodes in tight hallways. He takes a power pill, and heat pours from his body. Bullets melt near him. Walls scorch. He fights through the cartel's men, but he is not untouchable. A shot slips through before his power fully rises, and he is hit. He stumbles but keeps going until the room is silent. Inside, Art finds more than drugs. He discovers files, cameras, and tracking systems. Power users across New Orleans are being monitored. They are not just customers, they are test subjects. Every pill taken, every ability triggered, every death recorded. The city is a giant experiment. Robin drags Art to a quiet room and helps treat his wound. Her hands shake at first, but she focuses. As she cleans the blood and wraps the bandage, the anger between them fades into something else. Understanding. Art finally tells her the truth. After leaving the military, he was recruited by a private defense company called Teleos. They promised purpose and progress. Instead, they used him. They injected him with experimental compounds, pushing his body to the limit to create controlled superpowers. He survived. Many others did not. Later, his daughter Tracy is born. She grows up normal at first, but then her powers appear naturally. She never takes a pill. Her abilities come from inside her. Teleos notices. A man named Wallace, one of their operatives, abducts Tracy. They believe her DNA holds the key to perfecting power. No random deaths or unstable reactions. Just controlled, reliable superhumans. Art's voice breaks as he speaks. Everything he has done, the violence, the threats, the hunt, is not about revenge or chaos. It is about his daughter. He is not chasing power. He is chasing her. Robin listens in silence. She realizes power is not just a street drug ruining neighborhoods. It is the result of military experiments. The pills are made using strands of animal DNA. Each ability reflects traits found in nature. Bulletproof skin like a tough, scaled creature, flames like a chemical defense system, super strength drawn from evolutionary survival tools. Humans are being forced to tap into instincts and abilities that were never meant for them. The city's chaos is not random. It is engineered. As sirens echo in the distance, Robin looks at Art differently. He is no longer just a violent man tearing through the underworld. He is a father fighting a system that treats people like lab rats. And now she understands that if they want to stop this, they are not just fighting dealers in the streets. They are fighting the people who built the experiment in the first place.
Hey, man, you got a light on you, man?
Art and Robin track Biggie to a private event near the Superdome. No one knows that something dangerous is about to happen only blocks away. Inside a guarded building, Biggie hosts a secret demonstration for a wealthy buyer. On a table sit small, glowing pills. Power. Armed men stand watch as one volunteer steps forward and swallows a dose. For 5 minutes, he transforms. His skin shifts color like a chameleon, blending into the walls. Another man takes a pill and hardens his bones like the Wolverine frog that can push sharp claws through its own skin. The buyer watches with wide eyes. Biggie smiles and speaks with confidence. He says, "Power is not just a drug, it is evolution. Humans have always been weak compared to animals," he claims. Now they can borrow nature's greatest weapons: speed, camouflage, armor, fire. He calls it the next step for the human species. Before the deal is sealed, Art and Robin break in. Art moves straight toward Biggie and forces him to the ground at gunpoint. The room erupts in panic. Robin keeps watch while Art demands answers. He asks about Tracy. He asks about Teleos. Biggie laughs at first, but the gun pressed to his head changes his tone. He admits that the real operation is not here. It is offshore, on a ship called the Genesis. That is where the research continues. That is where the source is. At that moment, Frank storms in with backup. He has tracked several power users to the same location and followed the trail. Guns are raised from every direction. The room turns into a standoff.
Put the gun down, now!
I can't do that, Chief.
I'm not asking!
Biggie sees his chance. With a quick move, he grabs a power pill and swallows it. His body begins to change. His skin thickens, veins glow, and the air vibrates with unstable energy. He is becoming something dangerous, something explosive. Art reacts without hesitation. He knows what 5 minutes can do. He tackles Biggie and shoves him toward the back of the building, away from the crowd outside. The energy building inside Biggie reaches a breaking point. There is a massive explosion that shakes the walls and rattles windows across the block. When the smoke clears, Biggie is gone. Art stands amid the wreckage, burned but alive. Outside, the Saints fans keep moving toward the stadium, unaware of how close they came to disaster. Robin looks at Art, knowing one thing for certain. The Genesis is the next target, and the real fight is just beginning. Frank arrests Art, but Art tells him the truth. The power spreading through New Orleans is not random crime. It is mass testing. The streets are a laboratory, and Tracy is the source they are trying to copy. He warns Frank that his captain works for Talios, and that they plan to eliminate Frank and take Art. Frank chooses to believe him. Art lets himself get captured and is taken to the Genesis. Frank and Robin sneak onto the ship. Frank and Art fight their way through and kill Wallace. Robin finds Tracy and reunites her with her father. Dr. Gardner captures Robin and demands Tracy in exchange for her life. Art takes one last pill. His power hits like a shockwave, causing a huge explosion that kills Gardner and her men. The blast nearly kills him too, but Tracy uses her healing ability to bring him back. They escape on a lifeboat as the ship burns. Afterward, Frank plans to expose Project Power. Art decides to disappear and live quietly with Tracy. He gives Robin his truck and money to help her family, then leaves with his daughter at his side. And that ends Project Power. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, and stay tuned to see what comes next for Power.